Hey guys, what's going on? It's Twintuitive 717 and Saucy Beaver. Mega good vibes over here. We are back with another reading. Oh god, let me don't forget baby. Here's baby. So we are back to check in with the collective. I recently just read a comment from one of you and I really wanted to share a reading on it. I was being called, I was being pushed. So here I am. And so the comment left by one of you was that you're getting a little bit fed up on the journey. You've gone without sex. Many of you have been celibate. And many of you have kind of been waiting around for things to manifest in the physical. And so it could be in like the form of a relationship with your divine masculine. It could be that you're waiting for them to leave someone, make a decision, make a choice. And so you're caught in this place of like, do I move forward? Do I just, forget about this? And then it becomes difficult, right? Because we know that on a genuine twin flame journey, first of all, you can't go find your twin flame, okay? That's another thing I see with certain websites and, all these psychic websites and certain readings and services offered. I'll help you find your twin flame. I'm like, honestly, anybody on a real twin flame journey would tell you, listen, it's probably best not to go looking for that experience. And anybody that's on a twin flame journey, you know that it genuinely just happens to you, and then you kind of have to figure it out all on your own, okay? So you can't go find your twin flame. So, and that, after saying that, I just, I want you guys to know that there is no disconnecting from your twin, right? Even if you both have free will and you're living separate lives, the connection will stay in your hearts and in your minds, and the synchronicities will always be there until you're able to decipher what this journey and what this person is trying to teach you. And the only way you'll figure it out is if you follow your heart, follow your intuition, and most of all, follow what your higher self is telling you. You know what the right thing to do is, right? So if many of you are wanting to move forward, you're wanting to see what else is out there, what life has to offer. Maybe you're feeling boxed in by this twin flame journey. It makes you feel trapped. It makes you feel drained and tired. And, some of you may pray at night to want to disconnect. But I feel like part of this lesson is the willpower to do it all on your own, right? You have to be able to have the strength to detach and move forward on your own. So, before I begin the reading, let's go ahead and find out what these cards say, because I want it to come from your masculine's higher self, so that if many of you are thinking about disconnecting, I want to show you how it's going to reflect in your masculine's heart and mind, okay? What are they thinking right now if you guys are in the energy of feeling like, listen, I'm fed up, like I don't know what this person is doing, they're not communicating, they're not reaching out. What is your twin flame, your divine masculine? What are they going through that they're not communicating? Why are you feeling the need to move forward, okay? So I left when I saw you with someone, and I know I messed up everything, okay? So this could have a lot to do with jealousy. It doesn't necessarily have to be that they saw you with someone. You could be seeing them with somebody else. And it's just part of the lesson. There's probably loads of lessons that come along with watching your person take zero action on the journey, right? So this could be for those of you who it's triggering because there could be like a third party that this person keeps going back to, or, it could be you in a sense, right? Like if you are having a hard time with like a marriage, for example, I know that's not easy on the journey. No matter how many times you try to explain to your counterpart, it's not as easy as just getting a divorce overnight. Oftentimes it is very, very difficult for them to grasp that, okay? They want it to happen overnight. They want you to choose them today, yesterday. And so I'm feeling like, some of you could have walked away. Some of you could have been very impatient. And now the connection is just at a standstill, and your person is feeling like they mess things up. And so if many of you are waiting around thinking that, you're going to get communication or this connection is just all of a sudden going to happen overnight, the universe is trying to let you know, like, you can't take shortcuts on the journey. The connection will come together in divine timing, but you can't take shortcuts. You have to, kind of go through the motions of releasing the things that you need to in this lifetime. Like I'm speaking from experience, guys. When I was married and I knew I had a twin flame, I was like, oh yeah, this will just magically come together. And then the more I was on this journey and I started realizing that it's like if I wanted an experience with my twin flame, that I would have to separate. I would have to get a divorce. Like I would have to get my shit together. Do you know what I mean? Like I couldn't stay in a marriage and then all of a sudden hope that my twin flame would come charging through my front door like on a night, like on a fucking horse and shit. Like that wasn't gonna happen. I had to take things into my own hands. Okay, so it could be a message for many of you where it's like you both just need to learn lessons of discerning and taking control of your own parts of the journey. And for some of you, this includes moving forward. It includes moving forward from a stalemate, from a stagnant situation. Even if it's your twin flame, you have to find it within you to choose yourself. And it's not going to be easy. I remember writing back in the comment too that when I knew that I had to move forward because things were just going in a loop, they were going in a cycle, we would come together and then separate, and then the separation would get too much. And then without being ready, we would communicate again, but only because it was like, there was this just longing to make sure that we were both still on the same page. But then, of course, our karmic conflicts kept getting in the way, right? So, if a lot of you are in this place, my best advice, just based off of like why I was guided to do this reading, is to do it. Like take a chance, move forward, like walk the talk. If you say that you want something new, you can't want something new by sitting around waiting for your twin flame being celibate, right? Like if you say to yourself, I want other experiences out there, you can't be like, but I'm gonna give it until tomorrow. It's like, no, do it right now, right? You gotta walk the talk. I'm going to give them till next week. And if they don't reply, then I'm off. No, do it right now. Do it. See what it does. See how it transforms you. See how it shapes you. See how it shapes your person. Because I can guarantee you, if this is really your twin flame, the moment you guys start to self-care and choose yourself, put yourself first on the journey, you'll see the changes within them as well. They will be drawn to you like a magnet. All right? Let's find out what is your best course of action. Why are you being called to move forward and disconnect? What should you be focusing on after you make this decision to move forward? Oh, look at this one here. Hello.
What are you doing? You like the corners of the card like so yes. Little baby.
Her and Ariel love when I take the card and I like brush it again. It feels so nice for them. I always do it if I'm like playing around with the cards. But anyways, guys, we have the unity card. Okay, so number 5 indicates changes, as we know. Disruption from your plan. It could be the twin flame plan, right? Oh, this is my person. I'm going to stay the course. And it's like the universe keeps telling you, you need to disrupt this energy and do something different. Otherwise, you're going to go insane. All right, let's see the message here. Do the right thing for the right reason. Compare traditional versus new approaches to see which works for you. A spiritually minded community. Okay, I can't think of a better message because I feel like for many of you, it's like you know what the right thing to do is. Your soul is telling you that the right thing to do is to move forward because this person is not reciprocating what it is you desire, right? And no amount of waiting around is going to bring that out of them. You have to give yourself what it is you desire. Right? Like, I know it sounds cliche, but like for Valentine's Day, I bought myself the type of bouquet of flowers that I've always wanted to receive on Valentine's Day. In my past relationship, I was with a partner who didn't really care about Valentine's Day or didn't really make a big deal out of it or thought that it was something worth making a big deal out of. But for me, I'm like a romantic at heart. I like wearing my heart on my sleeve, and it's like I'm cheesy like that, So after my separation and I spent my first Valentine's Day being single, man, I hit up the flower shop, and I bought myself such a beautiful, lavish bouquet, and yeah. So I feel like for many of you, it's like, you got to do what's right, You got to do what you know damn well what your soul is telling you to do. Have respect for yourself. Move with grace. Move with dignity. If you're going to be making decisions, make sure you're prepared to deal with the consequences. Taking back control of your life. Okay, and many of you are getting these types of messages, and you'll be safe because I also see here a spiritually minded community. It's like surround yourself with people who know what it is you're going through. And I know that a lot of you in my specific community, you guys are so awesome at supporting each other in the comment section. I see it all the time. And I'm pretty hands-on with making sure that if anybody tries to interfere with you guys negatively in the comments, that I don't allow those comments on the channel, or I block them or delete them as fast as I see them. But for the most part, I feel like many of you will be supported in this decision. And when you do choose to release, move forward, have faith, hope, and optimism that divine timing is trying to do its thing, and you will see how things will start to shift for you. You'll start attracting others into your life who will help you heal from this decision, heal from the loneliness. The more you guys start falling in love with yourselves and you start doing things like having hobbies and passions and like exploring talents that you didn't even know that you had, as soon as you guys start focusing on those things, the need to contact this person diminishes, right? The longing, the yearning, it all diminishes because that void is now filled by things that you're choosing to put into your reality that is all focused on self-care, right? You are caring about yourself by doing the things that you now want to do. And this is what your twin flame is meant to do. It's like sometimes you end up in the worst of situations with your twin just so that they can push you, because no one else is going to do it, right? No one else is going to trigger you to go, okay, you know what? You are going to see. I am going to make a fucking comeback. No one else is going to do that for you guys. You know, like no one's going to trigger you to do that. Like your twin, your divine masculine, your divine feminine. You know, they're the only soul that can trigger you that much to the point where it's like you push and you fight and you get up, you shake the dust off, and you keep going. That's why many of you are like, why would I get into a situation or a connection with someone who is so opposite to me? You know, it's like some of you are like, God, you really have a sense of humor, right? But it's because no one else is going to trigger you to be the best version of yourself like this person. That's why they slight us so much, right? Because they push us. A lot of you are fighters out there. Sometimes the purpose of your twin flame coming in is to literally provoke you into that place of, you know, hopping on the ascension path, shedding the old version of yourself, right? Let's go ahead and get another best course of action for you, divine feminine. What are you supposed to be focusing on when you make the decision to move forward on the journey? All right, so we have the High Priestess, number 2. It says, trusting your intuition, careful reflection before taking action, insights that come through meditation. Okay, so if many of you, again, are contemplating this, if this reading resonates for you, it is time to study again, okay? And that book that the High Priestess often holds is like a book of knowledge, you know, sometimes not necessarily knowledge about the outside world, but knowledge within, things within us that need to come out for the sake of healing. We're not meant to go through this journey just dogging after somebody romantically, right? This journey is meant to push us within, to get to know ourselves in a way that we never thought possible. And then when you get to know yourself, you start shedding parts of you that just don't fit anymore. They don't belong. That's why I was mentioning in a past reading, like some of you literally transform on the journey. Like you start seeing the world in a more beautiful place. You want to be kinder. You want to make a difference, you know, whereas before, sometimes this journey can make us, you know, feel despair in this world. It's like, what's the point of being here? What's the point of all of this? But when you guys truly start pushing yourselves spiritually, getting to know who it is you are, understanding why it is this person is here, what are they really trying to teach me? The answer is there if you guys look within. But sometimes our ego doesn't want to hear it, right? Like we just want to hear, like, it's like, oh, okay, let me just shove that thought aside and reach out one more time. You know, let me send them another message. You know, it's like your soul is begging you to have like that self-respect, have self-worth, value yourself enough to know when you're over-giving, when you're overextending, right? So I guess I'm going to call it with this reading, guys. I hope this short message helps some of you out there. Again, if this energy is kind of bothering you, these are major arcanas here, okay? You are being pushed to make this change, whatever it is, whatever decision it is. As long as you make it for your highest good, you're doing the right thing, right? And after you make this decision, you will then start having these High Priestess messages come in. You guys will, you'll start being like 10 steps ahead of the game. You'll start understanding things so much more clearly. But right now, the lesson is, if you are feeling stagnant and like you need to move on and that the connection is draining you, but something in you was like, okay, well, I'll just wait it out and then I'll reach out to them again, or I'll give them this much time to reach out to me. Don't do that. Like, if you know something's off, don't be like, let me wait until next week. Don't. Like, do it right now. Become the high priestess. I promise you guys, she will visit you guys when you stand in your power and you make that decision to move forward and do something different than you've been doing for the last little while, to try to connect with your person. All right, guys? Me and Maggie love you. And we will catch you guys in tomorrow's reading, okay? All right, guys. Good night. Bye.